From far north Queensland to Tasmania, wicked campers are everywhere. While they've been in hot water for their sexually suggestive paint jobs, there are now much more serious concerns. Experts have described them as catastrophes waiting to happen, claiming they threaten the lives of not only the people driving them, but everyone on our roads.
Yeah, wicked campers, in my opinion, are death traps.
They're putting, so many people's lives at risk. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, we could have died. We could have easily have died.
Tim Walsgrove was a passenger in this wicked van which rolled in the middle of the outback last year.
All right, so this is our van upside down. This is where I had to kick the windscreen out to get out. The tyres there are all bald.
I was petrified. Yeah, I was so scared, and for hours, even days afterwards, it really shook me up.
Tim's girlfriend Rebecca was driving when they crashed.
Kangaroos jumped out in front of us, and I put my brakes on, but the brakes locked, and because the tyres were so bad, it caused us, well, the back kind of skidded round, and we rolled down the bank and turned on our roof.
And if we'd had an accident in our car, we would have been straight through the front windscreen.
Dale and Daniel Redding say the only reason they didn't crash was because their wicked van kept on breaking down.
We had the car for 12 days and it was broken down at least half the time.
When the van broke down for the third time in the centre of the Kimberleys in West Australia, Daniel said that was it.
We got about 30 k's out of town and that's where it overheated, and that's the last place we saw it.
You just walked away?
Yeah, just walked away, left it sitting on the side of the road and hitchhiked home.
And these two couples aren't the only ones complaining. When Tim Walsgrove got back to Wales and started an internet blog, he received dozens of similar stories.
Yeah, it says we had the car checked for roadworthiness by the police. The police gave us 2 hours to take the car off the road. He found 10 defects, each of which rendered the car unroadworthy. 3 of them, he told us, could have been fatal.
After this crash, one of the passengers, a girl named Charlie, ended up in hospital with a broken neck. At the end of the day, they're on the road, so it's everyone who's at risk.
Yeah, it is everyone who's at risk, not just the drivers, but the other people on the road.
So we decided to put them to the test. We hired 3 wicked vans from their Brisbane office, then drove them across town to Queensland's RACQ to see if they'd pass even a basic roadworthy test. And what we found makes you wonder why they're even allowed on the road in the first place.
The rear brake here is covered in oil, so it wouldn't have worked.
So you'd fail that?
Absolutely, you could not pass that on a roadworthy certificate.
Russell Manning from Queensland's RACQ uncovered a litany of problems.
Well, apart from this brake problem, it's got a leaking axle seal on the other side, there's a ball patch on the other side tyre, and the steering wheel cover is falling apart so that the steering wheel is actually coming to pieces.
All 3 cars had bald tyres, one had a hole in the muffler, there was rust, leaking shock absorbers and defective seat belts.
The way the seat belt's frayed, you couldn't possibly pass that on roadworthy.
So on the 3 we've seen today, they've all failed?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
So would you be tempted to hire one?
Probably not.
But hundreds do. Mostly tourists like these Swedish backpackers who took advantage of the day's free hire if they turned up naked.
I guess we want to explore Australia, and this is a perfect way to do it.
It's not about returning customers, so they're not worried about the quality, they're not worried about the safety, they just want to get the money as quickly as possible and then get the next people in.
Tim Walsgrove says he noticed problems with the brakes and the steering on the van he hired on the first day out of Melbourne, so he called up Wicked.
They said basically not to worry, we can get a free mechanical check in when we got to Alice Springs.
But Tim and his friends didn't make it that far. Instead, they ended up in a ditch.
Police agreed with us. They basically said that, the accident could probably have been avoided if, the vehicle had been in a much better state.
Yeah, it was a bomb. It was a total bomb.
Daniel Redding is a mechanic. He said the van he hired had rust, door seals held by gaffer tape, a leaky exhaust, and the driver's seatbelt didn't work.
Yeah, I was a bit cranky about it, yeah. But we'd flown so far, it was either take that or go home.
It's been said that you get what you pay for, but is that any excuse when it comes to hiring a van like this?
No. Vehicles should be safe to hire. What price you pay shouldn't have anything to do with it. They should be safe to hire. That's the law.
John Wroblewski is from Queensland's Transport Department, which has just ordered Wicked to present a large part of its fleet for investigation.
We're in the process of doing an investigation into wicked vans.
What's prompted the department to launch this investigation?
Our investigation is based around making sure those vehicles are safe.
They put my life at risk, they put my girlfriend's life at risk, and one of my best friends.
Get your cars off the road. I mean, you're endangering people's lives. Get them off the road.